What's good, y'all? I am your host with the most. Y'all know what day it is. It's the motherfucking Sunday Sesh, and we about to get into some good weed today. I got my brother on with me today, man. So shout out to motherfucking YG Habibi.
I let slap.
You know what I'm saying? Fresh off the project. By the way, little sis ain't here today. Y'all wish her a speedy recovery. She just got her wisdom teeth pulled. You know, she a little chipmunky in the face. Can't really talk right now, but y'all will see her back next week. But you know what I'm saying? So welcome to the Sesh, my brother.
Appreciate you for having me.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate you for having me, for sure.
Yeah, it's been a while in the making anyway. So you definitely on the list for people we had to get on the show this year. So I'm glad you reached out, but just so you know, it was already planned.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of ventures between the two of us. It's just a matter of when.
Timing, you know what I mean? And I like to do it, like, especially if, y'all know I got some cool-ass friends if you've been watching the show. This is definitely one of them. And I like to do it where we got something, some of my friends' artwork or whatever it may be to showcase.
Right.
So let's talk about your project, Love Habibi. We'll just get right into that before we get into the rest of the show.
Good topic.
You know what I mean? So how long you been working on that?
Man, Love Habibi came about in about 7 days.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Y'all make sure y'all check that shit out. If y'all haven't heard it yet, just Love Habibi.
Love, Habibi, like the end of a letter. So it's a love letter.
Yeah. So 7 days.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's
I'm
very
a
impressive.
very, very fast artist when it comes to anything that I'm, motivated about or whatever it may be. I can get to creating.
Okay. I can attest to that too because I've seen you work.
Did it about 5 sessions to actually create everything, and then about 2 sessions, in between and at the end to modify, clean shit up. Oh, I can say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
we're smoking weed on the show.
I mean, sure, there's different demographics.
We're smoking weed on the show.
Still be polite. Still be polite.
Okay. Yeah. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
For sure.
You say whatever.
Yeah. About 2 sessions to clean that shit up, and it's a good project. I just was trying to achieve a more universal sound because I do a lot of weird things.
Yeah.
I don't. My favorite thing is to just get in the booth and just do whatever I feel more so than what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be very cerebral when I was creating my music, but that can kind of lead to like not in a bad way, but like the baby syndrome where you just are kind of writing the same song over and over again.
Facts.
Like just thinking about it, because it can be hard to like disrupt your natural cadence or like the way you attack a beat when you just are going in the same way, so I definitely, what I feel during the day especially influences. And sometimes when I have days where I'm overly emotional, whether I'm super happy, super sad, super, whatever, those are the days where I try to capture that energy. And, I appreciate being able to record with Dave because as far as business goes, that's one of the only people I know in like a professional sense that I can hit up like 23 minutes before I want to book a session.
23 minutes.
And there's not many few businesses where you can even, as a business courtesy, but we have he understands that I'm a fast creator too. So I'll hit him at 5:47. Like, can we do 6?
Okay.
How does 6:20 sound? Like, I appreciate that he making it work too. So.
So for the people that don't know, where'd you record that?
Right here, Sweet 328.
Sweet 328. For all your music needs, fashion needs, you want to come get high, we help you. We'll help facilitate that too. Even let you talk a little bit of shit right here on the Sunday Sesh. So again, welcome to the Sesh, my brother.
Yeah, make sure you check the project out. Have fun. Appreciate you for having me.
Oh yeah. I want to get into, what's your favorite track on the
album? If I had to be, obviously I like every song I make. So that's just that, because I put a piece of myself in every song. So there's not one in particular where I'm like, I made that one for da-da-da-da-da, but this one is mine. Like, I feel very possessive about all of them.
Yeah.
My favorite track on the album, personally, I would have to say probably Mad Scientist, just because I like when I'm able to achieve that kind of sound, and it's listenable, because there's a fine line when you're trying to do the kind of things that I do between like sharp and annoying, and he pulled it off.
Yeah. And
for a long time, I've just been like Goku training to make that shit sound better.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've achieved a pretty decent standard with this project, and I'm happy about that. Okay. So probably Mad Scientist. I like them all though, and one thing that makes me attached to songs, especially, I ended up liking Living Luxurious way more, just because that's like the favorite right now. Yeah. Everybody is like, the project is great, but that Living Luxurious is something else, and I'm like, man. It's track 5. Like, you put it on track 5, you're sliding it in there. Like, I didn't, it's not a track 2 or a track 4 when I was curating shit,
So I will say this, as an artist, I think, my approach is always like the middle of the project, which is usually somewhere between track 5 and track 7. That's where some of the sweetest shit is on any project, because now it's like, all right, I know I got these 2 bangers up front, track 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? Track 3 probably just as fire, but you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a certain demographic. By 5, 7, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to keep your attention. So this is when I'm like, okay, you know, this is where you're gonna get the real. You know what I'm saying? The that's the meat and potatoes right there. Is track like in the middle of an album every fucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that too. I just am nervous about people's attention spans nowadays. So I feel like I put a lot of emphasis on track 1, 2, and 3, and then the outro, because I feel like a lot of this a little bit of sauce I'm gonna give away, and that's the type of shit that just happens when you're on a podcast, I guess. But when you're listening to a beat, or at least when I'm listening to a beat, or actually furthermore, when you're in the car and you're just skipping through your playlist and you're doing music, you can tell from the first half a second of every song whether or not you finna listen to that song. So using that criteria is how I select my beats. Okay. Like if the beat is not good,
if it don't speak to you in that first,
in the first half second, like that shit ain't even. It's plenty beats. It's plenty because you skipping, you just hitting skip. You're not letting the song play out for 30 seconds. You know as soon as it's a tun, you say no, I ain't doing that. So I try to find songs with unique identities like that out the gate.
Okay.
That's why I feel like 1, 2, and 3. I always put my like most I feel like captivating beats there. Yeah. I usually do it by beat, not like specifically by song, because I know people are just gonna skip. And I feel like if you skip, I want you to kind of skip into a better beat and then regret skipping the last one and go back. And then the outro, whatever the last track is, I feel is very important.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm creating, I want the first couple tracks to have that old Gangsta Grills like run that shit back type of vibe to it. You like wait what, and then you run it back, and you know what I'm saying, and you like wait I just missed something, you run it back again. That's the energy I want for track 1 and 2 for sure. So 1,000%. So I feel you on that one. I will say we just talked about it off camera for a little bit. I told Habibi, I'm like, hey, guess my favorite songs, and he got both of them A1. But first and foremost, I love Habibi is. That shit's fire.
Appreciate
you know
it.
What I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
That's the one I will say I ran back 3 or 4 times just on the car when you sent it to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to listen to this one.
It's not offensive at all.
Yeah. I was like, okay, yeah, this is the one this is the one that fucking Spotify got that whole DJ function now too. So that's the one I've listened to it enough to where it'll just throw that on in the morning or something.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard.
But yeah, so that's definitely my favorite. Living Luxurious, though, in my opinion, I was like, this is a more, like, you sounded polished, kind of what you were getting at before.
Yes, absolutely.
I was like, okay, I've been watching you craft the sound from just the rap to, like, blossom it into your own, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is, like, polished, fire, and I can do this on any beat, bitch, watch me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. That's how that one made me feel, because it was so out of the realm, and it was like, it's some shit I would normally slide on. Like, like I told you. So definitely, like, you got one there. Because it was like, I'm telling you, bro, Love Habibi, I was like, this is it.
Appreciate that. I feel that way about it, too. I just feel good about it. Like I said, there are a lot, I'll say, a lot of my previous projects, sometimes I feel like I gotta hold people's hands while they listen to it. Cause like sometimes I might shit. I just as the artist know some shit might be rougher than others as far as people that if you're not familiar with the sound that I'm trying to achieve. You know? So it's just it's a skill issue though ultimately. So I feel good about getting to the point where I can at the end of the day, only thing you can do is get better. You can't be mad at somebody. I feel like a lot of my old shit. I'll be like, oh no, don't even listen to that. Listen to the but it's still good. I was banging my old shit earlier.
No, and I feel that like I got motherfuckers that prefer my old shit to my new shit, and I got motherfuckers that'll never listen to my old shit, be like, "Oh, you killing it now." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what you want at the end of the day, because that's how the old shit get longevity, and the new shit just gets you more.
It aged very well. It's just when you hear the new shit and then you hear the old shit, you can see the vision, like for sure. That's why I don't believe in deleting old. That's one thing I've never done as far as like certain music videos, certain old songs. I've never believed in like cleaning it up because there's like a newer, better thing. I always like for people to be able to discover the progression, because I want you to be like, damn, he was like on something in 2019, but he really on something now.
Yeah. So. No, absolutely. That's why I try to keep everything out there accessible in one way or the other, be it old SoundCloud tracks and everything. So while we on the subject, what's your favorite Habibi song? What's your favorite song that you've done that you think is the one?
That's a tough one. I've done so many.
Mm-hmm.
I literally have whether I got a lot of songs released, but what's even unreleased is pretty much the same amount.
So let's just focus on release this. Some shit that a motherfucker can go access right now.
Okay, for sure. If I had to tell people to go stream one song right now, it'll literally just be like "Love Habibi," the outro off the tape. Yeah. Just because I feel like that's a good solid. You'll listen to that and you'll be like, "That was cold." So I like what that song is doing for me in terms of what my favorite song is.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a good deep cut. But I ain't gonna lie, I love all my music.
That's fire. Do you listen to your shit regularly?
That's when my Apple replay come back every year. That shit say YG Habibi, Young Thug, Future, Lil Keys.
That's fire. Okay.
And I probably got double the YG Habibi minutes than Thug, and then exponentially decreases down Thug, Future, Kid. So
I feel it. That's dope. Yeah, I generally don't listen to a lot of my shit after it's out in the world. Honestly,
I be critiquing the fuck out myself.
Yeah, once it's out, I'm like, what's next?
No, like Dave would tell you, we'll be in the middle of a session. I'll be 47 minutes into the session. We work in the song 80% done, and I'll come out all right, so this shit trash. We're gonna delete it all and redo it again. And it don't be trash. It's just not up to my standards.
I feel it. Yeah,
I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah, and you have to be. It's your art. You know what I mean? I will say my favorite Habibi song of all time, Warzone.
That's a great one.
Warzone is one of my favorites.
That was made in 29. Definitely go check that out, especially now. That was
now it hits way different.
It's crazy because it was a 2019 release, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
People don't even know.
Yeah, Warzone has always been one of my favorites. The beat
Appreciate you for even bringing that one up. Yeah, that's a great one.
And it's just I like lifestyle rap anyway, but this you talk about songs that give you a picture of the world outside of your everyday life and you sharing very personal experiences. I feel like you gave people another, but you was rapping your ass off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I had to. The subject matter was calling for that though. I try not to be life has made me a serious person, unfortunately. And I say that because I always, when you first met me, even I was a lot more, just laughing all the time, making jokes and everything. But life is. Sometimes it needs the seriousness in order to be handled.
Absolutely.
So when I address topics like that, like on Warzone, there's always room for this. Habibi, I'm always gonna keep that there. But things like Warzone, I gotta speak to people real quick.
Yeah, and that was one of the things. It was you were reminding people oh no, bitch, I can really rap too. I'm not just, I'm not dumbing it down. I'm not making song. I'm not focused on making a song right now, and it is a really good song.
Appreciate it.
But in terms of lyricism.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? And that's one thing I appreciate. You know that. I appreciate lyricism and versatility, and that was just one where you we here. This is my story. This is what I want. Y'all need to recognize what's going on.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And it just grabs your attention. And just in songs that stick with me over the years, it's that's the one that I'm always go to.
I mean, honestly, that's probably the song. I mean, I have the free YSL because I can't not speak about real subjects. Yeah. So certain times, we trying to make party music, feel good music, get money music, whatever it is. But there are certain issues I just can't ignore. So I have a couple more serious songs than others, like the free YSL and everything that came around that during that time. But yeah, the Warzone probably definitely it's definitely my deepest song. As far as just my most serious subject matter. It's the most real
my
one.
favorite, bro.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate it.
1,000%. Warzone is my favorite.
Sure. That is definitely a good YG Habibi song if you just needed to understand who the artist is. For sure.
And just understand what's going on outside of your backyard. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like. A lot of motherfuckers don't venture out. A lot of people just like to rap about the hood, and there's just so much more to the world in general. You know what I mean? Go outside, go touch grass, go see what's out there, and you do a very good job at painting a picture of shit that the average motherfucker might not be hip to. So I can respect it.
Shit the same everywhere, but it's not. Yeah. That sound like a whatever statement, but everybody living the same life, but they not.
Facts. I feel like people get so focused on self that People don't realize how blessed they are sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
if you go outside and really look at what's going on, bro, we all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's just how are you handling the fucked up? You could turn it into art or you could let it kill you. So I applaud you for turning yours into art. You know,
Appreciate it. That's definitely one of the ways to release that shit.
yeah, facts. So let's get into we'll get to into the first game. So again, a game we like to play is called High Fives.
Okay.
So essentially what it is, and if y'all don't know at home, I'm gonna get this man 5 categories. Pretty much weed related. I say pretty much because it can get a little, get a little funky sometimes. But 5 categories, weed related. You're just gonna give me your top 5s in those.
For sure.
High fives. You feel me?
All right.
So the first one, top 5 munchie snacks.
All right. Top 5 munchie snacks. All right. That's good. You got to go with the water. The water is number 1.
You have to stay hydrated.
I love the water is all day long. And when you high and you drinking water, for me, that just hits even better. So number 1 is water. Number 2 is chocolate milk. It's my celebration drink. That's ever since I was a kid. I just love chocolate milk. So when I feel good, when I accomplish something, when I recorded a fire ass song, I like to pair the next L with chocolate milk for sure.
Okay. Is it a certain kind? Nesquik.
Any kind. I don't try them all. I like them all. I don't. Some are definitely better than others.
Fairlife.
Yeah, I fuck with Fairlife. But it's something about Fairlife and cow cruelty and stuff like that, and I do care about the cows. So I don't know what's going on with all that, but I still buy it. But
okay.
Something cows.
Something.
But I feel like everybody is cruel to cows nowadays. They're cruel to humans. Who gives a fuck about the cows? Anyways.
That's why bulls get it back in blood.
You said bulls get it back in blood.
Oh,
they cruel to bulls too.
Yeah, they are.
It's not like bulls got off just because
it
ain't no bull. They be eating bull pizzle. Like, come on now.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's a crazy dish.
Yeah.
All right, hopefully that's not on your top 5 munchie snacks.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Number 3 gonna have to be anything Reese's that's not over the top. So like sometimes it might be the King Cup, sometimes it might just be the OG, sometimes it might be a fast break, the sticks. I don't like none of the big cups with shit in them. I don't like the extra peanut butter lovers, whatever it is. Just keep the ratio to ratio. But
the peanut butter and jelly Johns.
I ain't fucking with it. Nobody. I seen an ad that was like, the wait is over or some shit. I'm like, nobody asked for no peanut butter jelly Reese's.
No, they didn't. But I'll tell you right now,
they fire.
The strawberry one is fire.
Yeah,
the grape one,
I never liked jelly.
They could have kept the grape, but the peanut butter was. It's like. Because then it's like a chocolate covered strawberry a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what that one kind of tastes like initially. Yeah. Then the peanut butter kicking. That one's good, but that grape shit absolutely fucking out.
For sure. Yeah, number 4. Number 4 gotta be pineapples. Really fruits in general, but like pineapples, especially lately, they just been hitting different for me. I like pineapples.
Pineapples on pizza or not?
No, negative.
Crazy. Pineapple on pizza.
I understand it, like, because I'm open-minded, so like certain things I could see like the ideology behind it, but I just feel like certain things are also just over the top. Like you can do something, but why? So
that's fair.
So pineapples, and then number 5, probably have to be Gucci.
Okay. Delicious and nutritious. Yeah. Delicious and fucking nutritious. That's crazy. All right. Now when you smoking, top 5. You know what? I'm gonna give you one because we've gamed together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But we've never done top 5 video games.
Ooh. All right. That's a great one. Number 1 of all time, Resident Evil 4. The original and the remake, they did a great great job with the remake. It's not exactly the same as the original. It's like 98% the same. But that's definitely, shout out to my big brother. That's our favorite game of all time. Love that game.
Okay.
Number 2 probably have to be, Oh, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. That's one from my childhood. I actually got an ocarina because of that. Ocarina. I think ocarina.
Ocarina.
I got one, and I tried to learn how to play a wind instrument, but like in an Arab household, there's not really much room to sit there and blow in a wind instrument.
Somebody gonna tell you
that
turn
shit.
that shit
Yeah,
off.
just cut that shit off. Like what the fuck?
Okay.
Give a fuck about Zelda's Lullaby, but that's cool. It wasn't no beef. I understood. I did my little thing. Number 3, probably.
The dramatic puff of the wood.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm scrolling through all the games in my head. Maybe like Days Gone. Maybe Days Gone is a good one. It crept up on there, like because it's a more recent game.
Yeah,
but it's just a very good, very fun game. If the shooting mechanics are clean as fuck, and then it's the only game that I know that it'll be like 300 zombies on the screen at once, and you could really kill them all. Like it's not a cutscene. It's not they're not fake. You really got to get through it. So that's a fun game. I ain't gonna lie, I don't really game that much. I used to game more when I was a kid. Oh, probably Castlevania Circle of the Moon for Game Boy Advance. That's a classic. This is really all shit I just grew up playing because past a certain age I stopped. Like, and if I pull up, I'll pull up on you. We'll run Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, facts.
But like me personally, I don't really game in my downtime. I usually just, it's gonna sound crazy, but I usually just read.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy. What's wrong with reading and learning?
No. I'm just saying,
Yeah, that don't sound crazy at all.
Yeah, so I got that. That's my top 4. I'm sure I got a 5th one if I think about it. But like, as far as what I would just say off the top right now, that was the 4.
Okay, maybe we're just gonna throw Mortal Kombat in there.
Yeah, for sure. There's no reason not to. I'm good.
But not the newest one.
Yeah. No, I hate Mortal Kombat 1. That shit trash. That shit trash. Garbage.
10
and 11 and 9. 9 was fire with
9 was
Kratos and
fire.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I think 10 had the best roster.
Oh, you know what? For number 5, put Red Dead Redemption 2 up there.
Oh,
there
yeah.
That's it. Yeah, gotta mention the Red Dead.
Yeah, motherfuckers love cowboys.
Love Red Dead. Failure.
Yeah. And you can go shoot at the KKK.
Man, you can go shoot at anybody.
You know what I'm saying? And you can just go pull up on the KKK and go crazy. Yeah, Red Dead for sure. That's on there.
Sure. Yeah, that's a solid list.
Okay. Top 5 artists to listen to while you smoking.
Me, Thug, Future, Keed.
He's just renaming the Apple list.
And then probably, like, since you specifically say why you smoking, also Wayne. Because for me, listening to any Wayne song from any era, even the new shit that people don't like, is always fun. Because I listen, like, when I say I listen to all music, I don't mean that I just open Apple and listen and hit a random button. But I mean, like, whatever song is playing, whether I cut the radio on or, like, whatever song plays, I let it play. Because I'm always critiquing and learning from everything. Mm-hmm. So even when it's some shit that people insta skip, I'ma still listen to it so I can try and figure out why they felt like this was a good decision. And usually you can end up seeing some value in that because at the end of the day, people aren't stupid.
So you sitting there like, why is this ass?
Yeah, like Wayne isn't stupid. So like he didn't put out what he just put out because he thought that shit was gonna be it, or because he don't think that shit sound weird. He's experimenting. He doing shit. He probably for whatever you think sounds stupid. He got 50 more tucked in the cut. That's way more fire, and he got 50 more. That's way more dumb. So like, it's just I just try to listen and extract some value from whatever it is.
Okay.
So that's
fire. Yeah, I can appreciate that. All right, bet. So next we're gonna give me your top 5 shows to watch while you blow.
Top 5 shows and movies. It's gonna be Family Guy, Sopranos, Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul. Probably I like the Godfather trilogy.
Okay. Even 3?
Even 3. Again, it's something to appreciate and everything.
I feel it.
Nobody done. Ain't nobody gonna put their name on something that they feel is done. That shit has some value.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I guess Aqua Teen too. That's a show I grew up watching with my older brother too. So like that's a good when you high show too.
Yeah,
they dumb as fuck on that
shit. That shit's funny as hell. All right. Top 5 places to smoke.
Number 1 gotta be anywhere in the comfort of your own home.
Okay.
Like flat out, just anywhere, whether that's the bed, the kitchen, just wherever you carrying the L while you moving. Because at a certain point, that shit gotta end. As soon as life get a certain amount of serious, like that shit stops happening realistically, unless you in certain spaces or second home or it's a vacant house for the time being. But anytime you're able to just wake up and spark up, that's really the best place to be. Mm-hmm. So that. The studio, number 2. That's really the primary time where I'm smoking because that's the seasoning right there. You know, shit is already cold. The art is already nice, but then when you add the comfort food, it becomes way better. Way funner too.
Yeah, facts. Now y'all know if anybody gonna agree with every word of that statement is me.
Yeah, so absolutely. The crib, the studio. I personally love a good outdoor session by like a campfire, specifically at night, like the night outdoor session. Okay. Hopefully it's not no wind. I'm the kind of person that if I'm trying to do anything outdoors, as far as, sparking up goes and some shit look like it's going to ruin the L, I'm going to just smoke inside and then go outside and vibe. I'm not about to sit there and try to catch my ghost. Oh, that shit, you watch half the shit blow out and then the L canoe. Yeah, that's a waste. But yeah, so outdoors under specific conditions that suit my desires. I still love a good car session.
Oh yeah,
good hot box, especially if I just released the album. I love this will never get old as an artist. I'm sure everybody that makes music can relate when you can trap somebody in the whip with you for the album. Like, oh yeah, bro, roll a couple and I got you for the next 19 minutes, right? About to run through this shit real quick. Absolutely. Vamping the fuck out that energy. Yep. I love that shit. Yep. But usually it's good. It ends up being good.
Yeah.
And then the last favorite place to smoke probably have to be all right, it ain't gonna be a place. It's gonna be a condition, cause all that shit you could do by yourself or with someone, but with the person you fuck with for real.
Okay.
Like no matter where that end up being, but if the session, cause I like to smoke alone, but I'll make it. I'm humans are social creatures.
Facts.
So like, but like if we gonna smoke together, I really gotta fuck with you.
Absolutely.
In a genuine way too, not just like that's I pull up on him when I want to smoke. Like, right. That's we not kids. Nah. So like, so I like anytime I can leave the house and go somewhere with someone with a genuine bond that you could share a L. That's always a good time.
Absolutely. Nah, it's just always fun. That just reminded me of fucking Hash Bash. He had you down there fried.
You were a lot of my weed first, as far as just because like I'm an open minded and like smart person as far as my willingness to learn new things and stuff, but I'm not really like an experimenter when it comes to certain things. So I'll never go out my way to like try certain edibles or like gummies or weed syrup or whatever. But like when I fuck with you, so like when you got that shit right there, yes, you were a lot of my first for that shit. That shit was definitely. I remember that shit.
Oh yeah. That shit was fun, man. And it was just like that was just me exposing my friends to the culture. That's the whole point of this podcast. I'm just sharing the culture with my homies and
that
sharing.
It was dope. I definitely wouldn't have did that shit if you hadn't invited me. Sure.
Yeah. So I just appreciate you for tagging along for Dav shenanigans.
Appreciate you for having me once again.
All right, and then the last high five.
Make it a good one.
Top 5 people to smoke with. This is the question that put the pressure on people.
Top 5 people to smoke with. All right, number 1, Solo Dolo. Number 2, the person you are in a relationship with. I'll keep that answer for everybody. You know what I'm saying? The person you are in a relationship with. Number 3, siblings or family members at family events and shit.
I like that he's keeping this so vague. This is the first person to do that. People be naming their cousins and family members, and then be like, "Oh fuck, I done said Martin Luther King and Aunt Betty."
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I could be naming other people too. That's right. That's right.
That was
but no. I could have for sure. Well, you know, it's like, you know,
because we really just call this like the MySpace top 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Ranking your friends.
Okay. If I gotta do that, well, I ain't gonna lie. If I gotta do that, a lot of my friends gonna be mad at me because like I love y'all, but like I don't really like actually enjoy smoking with anybody. I enjoy the conversations and shit for sure that come about it and whatever happens, but like I don't actually enjoy the act of smoking with anybody for real.
You having fun now, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, bet. We good.
And we having the conversation part.
Yep, absolutely.
And then also when you talk about smoking with too, I ain't gonna lie, that came off kind of like hermity and antisocial. I'm not talking about just specifically. Like, we sitting here, I'm smoking my L's, you smoking your L's. It ain't nothing to be upset about. You know? No, usually when I hear smoking with, I mean, like, I'm sharing my weed with someone. That's why I said, like, I'm going to share my weed with my girl. I'm going to share my weed with my family members. Like, that's what I top 5 people to smoke with type shit.
Okay.
Now, we just facing our shit. You know, we hanging out. That's different.
Yeah. Okay. You know? It's like just hanging out smoking. You know
but like, if I'm going to pass you the L, again, like I said, it got to be some love.
Oh, yeah, I got love you.
So, like, yeah.
Or at least respect your opinion enough to, like, if I got something crazy, like, hey, try this real quick. Let me know what you think.
You know. Yeah, but so yeah. I guess I'll do the last 2 answers. I'll make them fun.
If you're not on the list, then sorry.
Probably like. I don't know, bro. I don't really like nobody. I don't know, bro.
That's funny as hell.
I can't really think of nobody that I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, top 5 people to smoke with. Like, it's good. Like, and again, like, I love my friends for all the reasons I love them, but it's not to smoke with.
That's fair. All right. So fuck y'all then, is what Habibi said. He love y'all, but fuck y'all. He's not smoking with y'all.
Yeah, type shit.
That's all right. So, what's next after the album, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. I have a bad habit of putting out music and then immediately being like, all right, that shit done. Now I'm better. Put out some more shit. But I feel like I gotta sit down and take care of this album and, you know, do music videos and stretch its lifespan a little bit.
Absolutely.
Mentally, I'm not even gonna lie for a second. I'm already ready to make some new shit.
Yeah, that's the curse right there.
But the heart wants what the heart wants, and then logic dictates what it does. So logic dictates that I can't just waste resources, which I've done for a lot of my music. But it's just like I said on Mad Scientist, like a mad scientist. I've been trying this. Like, that's for a lot of things.
Yeah,
like, I just be again and 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 again till I feel like some shit gonna stick. Yeah. So I'm gonna take care of this album. I'm gonna do it right.
Good.
And then I'm gonna put out some harder shit and take care of it and do it right.
Absolutely. That's fire. So I think we got time for the last game we like to play. It's called Sunday Sesh. Okay. Now this one is kind of like that last category, but you pick 4 people.
Okay.
Living, deceased, past, present, don't matter who it is. You're just smoking on a perfect Sunday. Like, hey, you know what? It would just be cool to have these 4 people over today. Okay. Don't matter who it is. Who would you pick?
Sam Jackson.
See, there you go.
Yeah. do Sam Jackson.
Motherfucker.
Give me a Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
Give me what's a good wild card and all of that. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I'll throw Drewski in there too, just because he's annoying as fuck. He's funny as fuck. I like that. I like annoying humor. Like I could deal with it when it's directed at me too, because I could be annoying back. But like I like watching other people, you know, like you get under their skin, they don't know how to react. So that's what be doing there for me with the Drewski. So I think them three, and then I'll probably do like your mom, you the viewer.
That's a good list. That's a great list. So,
shout out to her.
You got Sam Jackson, Dave Chappelle, Drewski, and your mama, nigga. Yours. And yours. And yours too, motherfucker.
In the most respectful way, I respect mothers.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good session. It's not going to be no disrespect towards her. She going to laugh and have a good time too.
Shout out to your mom.
Facts.
So, all right, tell the people where they can find you, bro.
You can't.
Online.
YG underscore Habibi. YG underscore Habibi. That's Y as in Y, G as in G underscore HABIBI. That's on Instagram, pretty much everything. YG Habibi everywhere else with a space on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all streaming services. On YouTube, you might gotta type YG Habibi topic, just because that's how the distributor does it. But other
For
shit
real?
For certain songs.
Okay.
For certain songs, because when I upload them through the distributor, you know they get auto uploaded and shit. But I got my channel with the music videos and shit on it. So no matter what you type, you're gonna find it. But for certain things, you just be having to add that.
Okay. YG Habibi.
YG Habibi.
Make sure y'all tap in with that Love Habibi album. It's fire. I highly recommend it. You know what I'm saying? And roll you one up. We appreciate y'all for smoking with us today on the motherfucking Sunday Sesh. Shout out to Sweet 328.
Appreciate you
Shout
having
out
me.
to y'all. And shout out to your motherfucking mamas.
It's Habibi. Had a slap.
Bitch.